Hi guys, it's Robbie. Coming at you, letting you know that we are eventually going to be moving into a YouTube channel and making an attempt to try to extend my reviews and on numerous things to a wider audience. While Facebook has been a great starting point, haven't quite got the comments and responses back that I was looking for to kind of help me become a better reviewer for you guys. So, at the suggestion of friends, heading in to see if I can get an attempt to. I'm attempting to come out there so that I can be a good reviewer and extend it to a lot more people to hopefully help them out with various things. So I guess the biggest thing to kind of throw out there though before I do it is my first video on YouTube is, excuse me, is what does it mean for me to be a reviewer? I kind of feel that reviewers have a really bad stigmatism on them, that by being a reviewer, you're more of a critic and just trying to come out there and either destroy movies or on many levels the opposite, be a cheerleader for the movies, or in my case, any of the topics we're going to eventually cover. But, you know, essentially, one of the things that we really want to look into is, what does it mean in my definition to be a reviewer? Well, for my definition, it's really trying to put an analytical mind to it to give you what I like, what I don't like, and whether or not it's kind of worth the investment depending on where you're going. Let me kind of explain on that. If you've seen some of my previous reviews or hopefully read some of the reviews that I put out there, you know that instead of calling it strengths and weaknesses or pluses and minuses, I go likes and dislikes, because I feel that what I might find as a dislike, other people will find as a like. And if I do strengths or weaknesses or pluses and minuses, some people in this day and age may take that the wrong way and feel I'm insulting the movie in that regards by calling it a weakness, which isn't always the case. Again, we're all people. We like different things. So when I do my reviews, it's more about what I think is great and what isn't. And I do this really, really diligently to try to, I guess, more so, start conversation topics. I mean, this is a big pop culture thing. And kind of in the day and age, given the, I guess, the anonymity of the internet, we sometimes go a little more on the extremes than necessarily kind of having good discussions that are fun and talking about the stuff that Hollywood has built and got us addicted to. When it comes to also the movies, when I finally give my reviews, you know, a reviewer for many people has to put a score of some sort. And the problem is when you get to those scores, that score, whether it be numerical or letter, sometimes takes people the wrong way again because you didn't give it the grade they think they deserve. But you have to, because if you don't put that summation, sometimes people don't take you serious as a reviewer. I've learned that lesson plenty when I did a test of non-alphanumeric grading versus alphanumeric grading. And people usually tend to look at your stuff more when you have that grade because it's a nice summary, and then if they are actually interested in your thoughts, they'll dive back in and kind of read it. It's very tough to just do a non-summation point given the attention span and how fast we like to kind of process and read. We like bites more than novels, which is, of course, very understandable given how much is available to us and how much we have to sort through. You know, regardless of that, though, the biggest thing that I kind of can bring about with it is, when it comes to when I finally do give my recommendations, though, outside of the grading, my goal is to tell you, is it worth a trip to the theater? Or I should say, should the studio have put it in the theater to begin with? Hey, we're in the day and age of streaming, and as Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, all of them are proving, their movies sometimes meant to be right on the streaming site for you to enjoy, and others that do need the big theater quality. Although given modern-day sound systems, entertainments, as well alongside modern-day technology of television, eventually the theater is going to come to your own home and you won't even have to leave. So when I give it to you, I'm trying my best to say whether or not it's worth a theater, whether it's worth, you know, not only the time to go, but the price of admission. And even more so, really looking into trying to help you say, you know, these movies rock. Maybe they don't have the theater quality in terms of special effects and sound riveting, but in terms of just like story and fun versus, you can have fun with this, but it's probably better at your house where you can have a party and stuff. You know, being a reviewer, my goal is I'm not here to pick apart. Well, yeah, I am picking apart, but not to pick apart negatively and try to bring a movie down or tell you that my opinion is the best. And if it comes off that way, that's where my feedback will really help so that I can present it in a manner that's not convoluted, not snarky, and not sniping, and most importantly, not insultive to anybody. You know, it's kind of the fan base that really is important for helping shape new movies. And while it depends on the director and the studio as to whether they want to listen to fans or not, I like to think that, you know, by putting a review, putting discussions, perhaps this is going to be a way of changing, kind of guiding the future of these big blockbuster animations. Now, again, I won't lie, I am not the best when it comes to video editing. I have got a lot to learn in that. I've got a lot of time I need to invest in it. I'm certainly not the prettiest face. I certainly don't have the smoothest voice, the coolest voice, and based on the lisp I can hear since doing these and becoming more self-conscious, I know that sometimes I'm going to annoy people, but I'm here to improve, and I'm here to put a review out there that's fun and hopefully helpful, because that's what I want to be. And, of course, inciting discussion that is not so much a shouting contest across the chasms of fan base, but more so just trying to unite people and actually talk about stuff that isn't depressing, sad, or bragging. Anyway, that's my goal as kind of a review, and after talking with a couple of people, including my friend Tim. Shout out to you, buddy, for who gave me the idea to even start doing video reviews. I've kind of put the idea that we're going to do some other things outside of movies, because again, the world is a lot more complex than just doing the latest and greatest movies. Though that will still be my focus, since I still kind of have scheduling being able to do that. In regards to what my first video on YouTube outside of this one's going to be, I guess the first sneak peek will be whether talking about at least one part of E3, and then kind of going from there. Again, I'm not the biggest expert. I do as much homework as I can, given the number of things I'm very much involved in. And, of course, helping me out, guiding me, pointing to where I can go, and digging up stuff. I'll do my best. But we're going to talk about one thing at Nintendo E3, which I'll post in just a minute. Anyway, guys, hope this finds you well. Hope that this doesn't annoy you. And working really hard to, again, improve my reviews, which I understand will be better video editing, perhaps visual aids to go alongside with my ranting, and, of course, better lighting. But, again, comments and everything are much appreciated. So, until then, we'll talk to you later. And this is Robbie's Reviews, Robbie's Rantings, or whatever you want to call it. Signing off. In just a few moments, we'll have another video up. Thanks, guys.